Okay, so let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the last session. In the last session, we have discussed about how we can create our Azure account, where we can see our marketplaces, and then where we are able to see our subscription after creation of our Azure. The other things we have discussed in the last session. If anyone have any question regarding whatever we have discussed till now, please raise your hand. So we'll just have a quick questions and then we can continue with our first service. We are going to discuss it about the virtual machine. And today we are going to learn about how we can create a Windows virtual machine. Yes, anyone have any question, whatever we have discussed till now, or anyone want to ask any question, please raise your hand. Okay, so look like no one has any question. So we'll continue with our today's topic, virtual machine. Now, what is virtual machine? Virtual machine is like our computer. Virtual machine is like our computer. What we are doing it right whenever we want to use any computer, we are purchasing a computer. We are going to the market and we are purchasing a. And whenever we are purchasing a computer, we are always like we were buying RAM, CPU. We are saying it about hard disk, all these things, whatever is required, we are purchasing it for our official purpose or for our personal purpose, whatever we will require, we are purchasing. But we can create those type of machine, whichever we will require to do our office work. We can create our virtual machine, the machines, the computer we can create also in our cloud. On which infrastructure? On Azure infrastructure. So whenever we are creating our own computer on Azure infrastructure, that is called Azure Virtual Machine. And here under Azure, these are the types of operating system we can install it. Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, Oracle, Linux. These are types of one we are getting. We can use under Azure. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to log in with our Azure account. Let me just log in it. Now I am able to log into my Azure account. Now what we need to do, first of all, we need to go to a service called virtual machine. As per my system, it is already showing because I have recently used the service, I am able to see. But in your one, might will not show here. So you can just go here in the top and search VM. Now look, just search virtual machine. Here I am. So when I come to virtual machine, this is the screen where we are able to see our all machines, whichever we are going to. So click on create Azure virtual machine. Now, what is the first thing we need to select when we are creating a virtual machine? By default, it's already selected. In my one is subscription. We need to select our subscription, under which subscription we are creating our virtual machine. That we need to select by default, because I have only one subscription. So it is already selected by the system. Here I can see that also in the list. Yeah. Now, what is the next thing? The next thing is we need to select resource group. Do we have any resource group? No, we don't have any resource group. So what is actually a resource group? Is resource group is like a folder. It's like this is a folder batch 91. It's like my resource group. So we are creating a folder. Under our folder, whatever the type of resources we want to put, we can put under this folder. We can create VM also, virtual machines we can create. We can create our storage accounts also. We can create our virtual network also. So whatever the things we want to create, everything we can put under this resource. Now the diagram which I've shown you, let me show you the diagram again. The one which we have seen in the yesterday session in the subscription PPT. This is the one we have seen. So this is our resource group. We already have a tenant. By default, we are getting a tenant. We all have tenant. We have seen in previous session. Azure Active Directory service is there. Right now, we are not going to create any users and group. We'll learn it later. We already have a subscription also, our subscription. Under our subscription, what we are going to do, we are going to create a resource. And under that resource group, we can put all types of our resources, can be our database, it can be our virtual network, it can be a virtual machine, any type of resources, whichever will require, we are putting under a resource. It's like you can call it a folder, in normal language we are calling it. But as per the definition, it is actually called it as container. A resource group is a container that holds related resources for an Azure solution. So whatever the type of resources in our upcoming session we are going to create, what is the first and basic requirement is resource group. Without resource group, we are not able to create any resources. So under our resource group, we are going to put our resource. Let's take example. We in real time, we have multiple types of machine. For this is a resource group. Even I can create a for project also. This is my one project resource group. Under that, I am going to put all my resources. Like this also, based on our client requirement, we are creating a resource group. And based on that, under our resource group, we are going to create our all resources. Resources can only exist in our resource group, like which I've already told you. It is mandatory. Resource group cannot be named, means after the name, whichever you have given, it is not possible to rename. Groups have the resources of many different types. Like I already told you, under our resource group, we can put any type of resources like databases, our virtual network, or our virtual machines. So we can put it. A group can have resources even from different regions also. Now let's take example. Right now, I'm going to create a resource group. Even I can create a resource group from here also. Let me go to home page. We have a different service here resource group. Even I can go there and there also. Wherever you feel comfortable, you can do it. Now, it is possible my resource group is in another region, is in East US region, but the resource which I'm going to create, like a virtual machine, it is possible it can be in different region also. It is also possible. Will practically also will show in upcoming session. And even this is interview question also, very basic interview question. They can ask you, is it possible? Can we create resource group in different region and virtual machines in different region or any other resource in other region? Yes, it is possible. We don't need to do any settings. Nothing else is required. It is by default is from Azure VI. Now, let me go to virtual machine. Create Azure virtual machine. Now, if you want to create a resource group directly from here, so first, what actually you need to do is you need to select a region. You guys need to select a region. So in which region you want to create your all resources and the resource group, you want to select that. So let's say I'm just selecting it East US region. We are getting all the ones. See here, I'm East US. So I can click on create new. Just give the name of your resource. Let me give the name group hyphen. Okay. Next thing, here we need to give the name of our virtual machine. Let me give our virtual machine VM hyphen 91 hyphen. We are creating a Windows one, so I'm just giving it Win. Region we have selected East US. Other than that, we don't need to worry about. Just right now we are leaving, so we'll learn it upcoming sessions. Now here we need to select image. As per Azure, it is called image, but in our daily language, we are calling it operating system. So here we need to select the operating system, which operating system I need to use it. But in our daily basis, we are calling it the operating system. Here, as per Azure, it is called image. This is our first topic we are learning. So right now I'm just using word as operating system. But you need to remember these terminologies, guys. So wherever in Azure we are using a word called image, it means we need to select operating system. And here we are able to see predefined operating systems. Predefined images, whichever is providing from Azure, we are getting it. But we can create our own images also. How we'll create, we'll learn it in the later. Now here I'm selecting Windows Server 2019 data set. Okay, let's have one person as question. Yes, Dilip Babu, you can unmute.
Yeah, like you said that the region, like suppose if the main machine is in US and the virtual machine is in India, we can add that one also. Am I right?
Your resource group is in different region.
Yeah.
Your virtual machine is in different region. It is possible.
So the source group is in US and my VM is in India. I can add that VM. How many VMs we can add actually?
There is no limitations set. There is no limitations. We can add n number of, because there is no limitation, because they can't guess it that one client want how many requirement, one client want how many. So might be one client required 15, 20, other client might be required 100 and 200 also. So there is no limitation set from this. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Like size also doesn't matter, no? Like
no, doesn't matter. Right now we just go for the very basic one. In our live show, there are very big sizes machines also we can create. We'll show you all the sizes. We'll see that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, guys, see very careful here. I'm showing you one important thing here. Right now, if you see here, when I'm selecting the machine, Windows Server 2019, when I'm selecting the machine, it is actually get selected, but sometimes in Azure, this is happened. Sometimes it is showing us as blank. Even in real time also, sometimes this happens. But don't worry. If it's just showing you as blank like this, it doesn't mean it doesn't get selected. It gets selected. So this happen even while giving you training also, when you're practicing it at that time also. Now see, again, I'm trying to select, it is still showing me as blank. So you don't need to worry. You will see in the last step when we are coming it, review plus create, when we are covering it, you will see there, it is get selected. So this thing happens sometimes. Now, whenever we want to purchase a computer, what things we are seeing? We are seeing always three things: RAM, CPU, hard disk. These three things we are seeing. RAM and CPU is one component under cloud computing, means under virtual machine, and I'm going to create. These two things are one component. Hard disk is a different component. So it means RAM and CPU we always need to select together. Hard disk we can select separately. Here I'm getting the sizes. By default, which size it is showing me? It is showing me B1S. In this one, how many CPU is showing? One CPU and 1 GB of RAM. See. We have one CPU 3.5 GB, 4 CPU 16 GB RAM, 2 CPU 16 GB of. So here we can see all this. We are good. Even under that also we can see here. Based on our client requirement. And yes, this we can't select from our side. Always providing by the client, whichever is as per their requirement, because developers needs to know that how much is required. Developers and client is going to inform us which type of one we are selecting. And even in previous session, we have seen it, which one is coming under free quota. We have seen it. Let me show you that one again. In this PPT, in the first PPT, we have seen it. Even I've shared the link in the chat box also yesterday to all of you. We are using virtual machines. So scroll down. We are using virtual machine. See, B1S is coming under field. So for your practice purpose, you guys can select B1S, which is already selected. Under that one, we are getting it 1 GB of one CPU, 1 GB of RAM, and it is providing us 4 GB of temporary storage. Means they are providing temporary, these are actually all temporary storage they are providing, whichever you are able to see. Like a, let's say like a D drive. In our Windows machine, we have a D drive, we are getting it. It's like a D drive they are providing. It is just a temporary storage. It's not our hard disk. Hard disk is a different component. We have it. We are going to select in the next option. But here, which we are able to see, 4 GB one, it is temporary storage. It is having no link with our hard disk, which we are going to select. Right. So based on the size, whichever we are selecting, they are providing us the temporary storage. This providing is majorly used for caches or using for those things. Now I'm selecting this one. Now scroll down. Now here we need to give the username and password. To create a Windows machine, we need to give username and password. Let's say I'm giving username. Azure user, I'm giving it. Password, I'm giving it Azure password. So password needs to be 12 to 123 characters long. So I'm just using this one. Confirm. Scroll down. Now here I am getting an option of port numbers. If you want to connect any Windows machine, this is what we have done till now. B1S we have selected. Now these are the rules which we need to set for our password. One lowercase, one uppercase, one number, or one special character. So out of these 4 things, we need to follow 3 things. We have also followed 3 things. Lowercase, one character, and then number. We have followed. So make sure you are also following the rules when we are creating the password for your virtual machines. Now, if you want to connect any Windows machine, it is mandatory. We need to enable which port number? RDP port number. It is mandatory for Windows machine. Like same way in our upcoming session, when we are coming for Linux one, SSH port needs to be enabled. If we are not enabling these port numbers, we are not able to connect to our machine. But by default, if you see here, Azure is so smart, they are enabling our port number by default. Which port number? RDP. And port number is 336. So the 3389 is for Windows. So which port is enabling? RDP. 338. Like this, in our upcoming session, when we learn about Linux one, we are enabling SSH port also. So at that time, we'll see SSH port number also. Yes, ma'am. Under that, if you see, we are getting some more also. We are getting SSH, HTTP also we are, but we don't require. SSH is for Linux one, RDP is for Windows. And where we are using this HTTP, we'll learn it in our upcoming sessions. Now, click on next. Go to disk. Here we are getting the disk option. This is our drive. This is actually our C drive, which we are going to link. But by default, it is selecting it, and we can't check the size of our C drive here. See here, there is no option we have. We are able to see the size. Whatever the size by default they are giving, we need to use that. But yes, in our upcoming session, if we want to increase the size of our OS disk, we can do that. The C drive actually called us as OS disk type. If you want to increase, we'll increase that. Or even if you want to add more disks like F drive, H drive, if you want to add in your machines, we can add that also. That is called database. How will these are the things we'll learn it in upcoming sessions. So just click on next, networking. Here we are getting it about our virtual network, our subnet details. We are getting it. We'll see this more. We are in depth. We are learning it later. So right now I'm just directly, I don't want to do anything on management tab. We have a advanced tab. We have a tax tab. We are not don't want to do anything on that. So directly we'll come to review plus create. Now here Azure is validating our. So whatever the details we have entered, it is selected properly. It is validated. Now here I am getting it validation passed. If we are getting validation pass, then we can click on create. Otherwise, if you are getting error message, you need to go to that particular tab and then you need to check the details. What was that? Even if I'm scrolling down, see here, it is selected that image. Here I can see region, image, size, username, which port we have enabled, all details we can see. So if you want to change, we can go back and we can change. But I don't want to change anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm directly going to click on done. Now here it is taking little time to create our virtual machine. So when it get ready, here in the right side, if you see here, there's an option called notification. Here you will get a notification also. Here we can see. So right now, what is it showing? Deployment is in process. Here also. So we just need to wait few more seconds. Then after that, it is going to ready. Now you can see here now start something creating. Public IP ready, NSG get ready, virtual network get ready, network interface get ready. All the things one by one system is going to create. Still our virtual machine, because for virtual machine, we need all that. Now system is creating our virtual machine. But still it will take some time to get ready. So till that time it is taking some time. Let's have one question. Yes, you can unmute 1+5T.
Hi, Ankit.
May I know your good name?
Yeah, it's Mohammed Asif.
Yes, Asif.
Yeah, I have one doubt. Like, if we create a resource group in slow region, does slow region?
In which region? Sorry, you're saying?
I mean, in region which is slower bandwidth, something like that. Or
Okay.
does it affect the virtual machines inside?
No, it doesn't make. It's just like a folder.
Okay.
Because actually, you want to work on your virtual machine, you are going on virtual. It doesn't make any difference wherever your resource group is. That's like a folder. Under that folder, you have put that resource. That's all. There is no other work of resource group.
Okay, okay, fine, fine.
Okay, just like a folder. Under your folder, you're putting your resource.
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay. Done. Now, if you see here, guys, my virtual machine is ready. Now, what we are getting it? Your deployment is in process. So we can click, if you want to create another one, you can create another one. If you want to go, we can directly go to resource even from here also. I'm just click here. Directly I'll come to my virtual machine. Or other thing is, go to again home screen, go to virtual machine. Here I can see the virtual machine. Here I can see the type. Here I can see the subscription, our resource group, our location, what is its status running, operating system we have used, size, public IP, and disk which we have. We have only one disk. So we can see all details here, right? Now I'm going to click on my virtual machine. It is still in process. It is in the backend, something are going on. That is what is just showing us. Like this. Now I need to connect to this virtual machine. After it get ready, we need to connect. So if what we need is, if we want to connect, we need some details. What details will require? The first thing is we need username and password, which we already have. The second thing will require public IP. Where we are getting public IP, here I am getting the public IP of my machine. And did we assign this public IP? No, we didn't do anything. It is automatically assigned by the system. And here I'm noting down this public IP. Done. Now, how by using which tool we can connect our Windows machine? To connect our Windows machine, in our Windows machine, we have by default install called remote desktop connection. It is by default you have in your Windows machine. Just if I search RE, here I will remote desktop connection. Click on that. In the option called computer, we need to put the public IP. Then click on show options. In the username, enter your username. So here I'm entering my username. Now click on connect. Connect. And now we need to enter our password. What is our password? This is our password. Okay. Yes. Now it is taking some time to get, but it is showing that configuration it is done by the system. But it's still connecting it. Now it is fetching some details, whatever the details it is showing us. Done. Now here we are able to connect to our virtual machine. Now, when creating our virtual machine, we have seen the disk, but at that time we are not able to see the size, whichever is providing for the default for our C drive. We are not able to see at that. Can we see it now? Yes, we can see that. Even I can show you here also, we can see that. Even in our console also, we can see that. First, let me show you in our console. Here on the left side, I have an option of disk. See here, for Windows machine, by default, Azure is providing us 127. If you want to increase the size, we can increase the size, or here we can see if you are attaching any external one we are attaching, the additional one we are attaching. But the 127 GB here is we are able to see, and 4 GB we are getting it more. We have seen it because the size which we have selected B1S, based on that we are getting it 4 GB. Here we have a size option which we have selected. B1S, with this we are getting 4 GB temporary storage also we are getting. So just let me go to this PC. See here, 126 GB it is showing us here, 127 GB we are getting, and here we can see the 4 GB temporary storage. See, it is clearly mentioned by the Azure, it is temporary storage. In this one, we are not storing any data. This is just used by the for caches using it. We are not using this, and we are not going to even store any type of data in this drive here. So this is how we can create our Windows virtual machine, and this is how we can connect our virtual machines. Now, in lot of people have in their mind, can we increase the size of our virtual machine? Can we increase the size of the disk? Can we increase CPU and RAM? Yes, all things we can do it. But yes, we'll learn those things in our upcoming sessions. Now, anyone have any question how we can create regarding this Windows machine? Please let me know. Yes, Michael, you can unmute.
Hi, Ankit.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, thank you for the course and the time you're giving us. So my question is this: if you have, like, for example, other ports, like for database or some other ports that is not mentioned.
If you want to enable, it is also possible. We can do that. See, we have option. We can go to networking. We can have option of add inbound ports.
So you can
right now it is. See, we can add our own ports also. Yes, it is possible. But by default, if you see here, only RDP port is here. So even if you go to add inbound ports, it is possible we can enable that.
Okay.
See, when I go, even I'm getting that option. Even in this one, we have an option of we can deny some also.
Okay.
We have an option. Even we'll learn it in our upcoming session regarding this allow and deny. We have a priority number. This is very important priority number. So we'll learn it in our upcoming session.
Okay. And okay. And how do you go about, like, giving users name and password? Are you just guessing, and you are giving like a requirement for a password?
No, definitely your client, as for your client requirement, you are giving it. Right now we are just learning, so we can give any name. I have given this one. But definitely, right, in real time, we are not giving just anyone anything. Depend on the client requirement. They are giving the information. Based on that, we need to provide username and password. Okay. And for Windows one, we have just only one option that we can give username and password. We don't have any other option. But in the next upcoming, when we are going to learn about Linux, we are getting two options there. You can use SSH key, or you can use password option. This is for Linux. We are getting. But for Windows one, we have only one option, username and password.
Okay, nice. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll learn this also, both the ways we'll learn when we'll start learning Linux.
Understood. Thank you.
Yes, Venkata, you can. I'm sorry.
And can I have the details, like when we presenting the VM, what are the steps background is happening? Like it's a security group will create first, or NIC will assign, or IP will assign? What is the process that?
First is public IP get created. But you have seen it whenever we are creating it, all the things you can see there. Yes. Now I'm not my bit not showing now. Let me show that here. Now it is not showing now. But here is it. Yes. Public IP, then MSG, then virtual network, interface, and then virtual machine. If you already have a virtual network, it is not going to create virtual machine. Right now, virtual machine system is created.
Okay.
Yes, whenever we are creating a virtual machine. In our upcoming session, we'll create a virtual network first, and then we'll create a virtual machine. But those things we'll discuss when we'll come to that topic. Okay, Venkata?
Thank you.
Yes, we know you can unmute.
Yeah, hi Ankit. You said that different region VMs can create under one particular
resource group,
right?
Yes.
So how industries follow? They create only one.
No, it is possible. It is possible. In real time, we are not following this.
Okay.
In real time, our resource
practice.
group, in our best practice is always same region, same group. But it is also possibility. As per Azure document, they have given that information. It is possible that so sometime in interview they can ask you these things also. That is why, but we are not using these things. It is not required.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Asif, you can.
Hi, Ankit. I have a question. Can we change the region of the virtual machine after getting created?
After creation?
Yes.
Yeah, it is possible.
Okay.
It is possible. Some things we can move it from one region, we can move it. It is possible. We'll see in our upcoming session when we are learning. Okay. This is a part of that. How we can actually the topic I have mentioned how we are moving it. one resource group to another resource group also. Even in that same one, I'll show you how we can do that also. Even we can move it from one subscription to the subscription also. Even that is also.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, Lakshmi, you can.
Thank you, Ankit, for replying all my emails.
Yes, Lakshmi, your voice is very low.
Oh, I can't.
Lakshmi, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Ankit, thank you for replying all my emails.
Lakshmi, your voice is still very low. I'm not able to hear you. Lakshmi, you can check your mic. I'll again come back to you. Let's other give the chance. Yes, George, you can unmute.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, George.
Yeah. Please, I'm a little bit confused because I don't know. Can you like really explain again what is like the resource group? Because I'm confused when you say that we can create so many accounts in different. No, yeah, say that we can create an account, maybe different accounts in different regions. That's what you said.
No, a resource group is like a folder. Like I have this folder in my system, Azure batch 91. It is same like that. Under my folder, I am putting it all my resources. Like here, I'm putting my files. So can I put any type of files in my in this folder? Yes, I can put any type of file. So same way, George, a resource group is also same like that. I can put any type of resource under my resource. Even let me open my resource. Just a minute. Resource group which we have created. Let me go there and let me come to my resource. Right now we have created a virtual machine, but if you see here, we have a total 6 types of resources are there. Virtual network, virtual machine, public IP, NSG, network interface, disk. So it can be any type of resource we can store in our resource group. Can we create any resource without resource group? It is not possible. So it is make sure, George, we are putting under our resource group all the things. So it is mandatory. You need to put all the things under your folder.
Okay.
Okay, it's like a normal way we are calling it a folder. So here we are calling it resource group. Under our resource group, we are putting our resources. These things, all whichever is get created by the system, all 6 things are called resources.
Okay.
Okay, that is why it is called as resource group.
Okay, and then I have a second question, please. This one is concerning the is a temporary storage.
Yes,
so,
temporary storage we are getting it when we are creating a virtual machine. Yes.
Yeah, because you said that the temporary storage is different.
Is used for caches. In that one, we are not putting any data. Like I have a machine. Can I put any files into that? I can put it, but there is a chances that file get lost anytime. So see here, this is just temporary files which I'm getting from their side. So in this one, we are not putting any data. Even they are also giving a warning. This is just temporary storage. In that one, we subject to loss, so it's no possible to recover. Even from their side also, we are getting a warning. They have put one note per file. So don't use this drive for storing any personal or application.
But in that case, what is the use of that place?
For caches, because in our Windows machine, whatever we are doing it, caches are getting collected, temporary storage, temporary files are getting creating in the system in our Windows machine. It is used for those things. Let's say I'm in my Windows machine. If I go here, %temp%. See here in my Windows machine, how many files are there? These are temporary files. These are not any use of these files. And what is the size of these files? It is see 58 MB. So it is using my storage of 58 MB in my system. So at that time, Azure has created that technology. So it is not using our main storage for these temporary files.
Okay.
Even not in Windows, even in Linux also, it is creating some temporary files. So they are using that particular folder for those things.
Okay.
But yes, it is clearly mentioned from Azure, don't put your files, anything. So it can be lost in. Okay.
Okay.
Now is it clear what is the use of those temporary storage?
Yeah. It's very clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. Yes, Lokesh, you can. Lokesh, you can unmute. Lokesh, are you able to hear me? Yes, Lakshmi, you can unmute now.
Thank you, uncle. Is my voice audible now?
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay, I'll try to speak louder. The email which I received is subscription name free trial, offer description free trial will be disabled. Please upgrade it.
Yeah, Lakshmi,
So-
like you have emailed me, I have replied you that also, because your account is going to be 30 days old on 7th of July, as per the screenshot you have emailed me.
Yeah.
So what is the, like earlier in the yesterday session also I have told you in that one, not to you, the other person. After that, we need to upgrade our subscription. At that time, your subscription name is going to change from free trial to subscription one, or if you want to give any other name, you can give it. So under that subscription one, whatever the free services are there, like in the yesterday session, I have shared with you link with all of you. In that one, we are getting the information, whatever the services are free for 12 months, what services are free for always, we are getting. This is the link which I shared with you yesterday. I'm sharing this link again in the chat.
Sure.
Okay, so here, which you can see that like just now we are using it, virtual machine. Virtual machine is coming under free quota. And
Okay.
here I'm getting, which one we have created? We have created virtual machine Windows. This is the one. B1S. And while we're creating a virtual machine, system is creating one virtual network also. See here, like just now, let me show that.
We saw that. Yes, it's creating.
Yeah, we have seen it now here.
notices.
System is creating a virtual network also. Even that is also coming under free. 50 virtual networks are free always.
Oh, okay. So I need
Okay.
not to click on.
You don't need
pay
to
for-
worry anything right now.
Okay, I need not to click on that upgrade.
Right now, don't do it. After 30 days, then on 7th of July, as per your email, when it will convert it as disabled.
Okay.
Okay. Then you need to click on subscription, and then you need to change your subscription. Upgrade something like that. Upgrade, you are getting that option.
Okay. Even I don't upgrade also, nothing will happen. This
Right now, you don't need to, no need to do anything.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, uncle. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Asif, you can.
Is the temporary files will get auto deleted once it is full, or do we need to manually delete it?
It is automatically doing it. We don't need to worry. It's automatically deleting by the system. Temporary files, whatever the files it get generated by the system, those will automatically delete by the system. We don't need to worry.
So it will get deleted once it is full, or
no, by default, after a few days, that they have some time limit. After that, it is automatically deleted. And right now we are just getting a 4 GB because I am using a very small size. But yes, in real time, our size of our machines are bigger. So even we are getting it more bigger temporary storage we have. Okay. Let's say just if I go for this E series, if I'm going it, under that we are getting it more bigger machines here. And you can see the temporary storage, even we are getting 128 GB, 64 GB, 32 GB we are.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so this is what we have discussed for the Windows machine. After your creation of your Windows machine, what actually you need to do is you guys have to delete your virtual machine. So I can delete my virtual machine get deleted. But we can do one more thing also. After our practice, if I delete a resource group, I'm going to show you, if I delete my resource group, what is going to happen? Under my resource group, whatever the resources are there, 6 resources are there till now, all will deleted by the system. Otherwise, you have to delete all these 6 resources one by one. One by one you need to. I don't want to do it one by one after our practice. I'm going to delete a resource group. Actually, why I'm deleting this machine? Because I don't require it. If you have a requirement, you can use it. See, it's showing me the other one which is going to do. So what we need to type? Resource group. This is my resource group name. I'm putting my resource. So here we'll get a notification when system will delete our resource. Now what here I'm getting, it is start deleting. So here we have it. So it takes some time to get deleted. After that, system will delete our resource group. It will delete our virtual network, virtual machine, IP addresses, whichever is creating by the system, all will delete at once. Now, let me come again back to the PPT. We have given it this thing also, or the other thing of delete a virtual machine, you can select a machine. Let me show you that, but it still not get deleted. I'm just going to show you. You can select your machine. If you just want to delete a virtual machine, here we have an option of delete. You can directly delete your virtual machine from here also. But if you're deleting, your virtual network will be there, your IP addresses will be there. But I don't want those also, so I have deleted. When I can just give yes, and then I can press the delete. Right now I don't require, because I am deleting the resource. So this is how even we can terminate our Windows machine. So we have few more questions. Yes, Jagan Mohan, you can answer.
Hi, good evening, Ankit.
Good
Ankit,
evening.
so we have created a VM, right? Say suppose,
Yes.
like in VMware concept, whatever we are installing any of the application on top of VM, so we'll take a snapshot, right? So like this, do you have anything for
Yes, we
this
have
VM?
option of snapshot. We have here a topic of snapshot. We'll discuss it. Even we have an option of backup also. We learn that.
Okay. Thanks,
That is
Ankit.
mentioned in course content.
Yeah, thanks, Ankit. Yeah.
Do you have the course content link, Jagan?
Yeah. I have a course.
You can check that,
Even
and that's when it is mentioned.
yeah, thank you.
You're saying something, sorry. Even it?
Even I have copied it. So
Okay.
I have it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Surendra.
Yeah, hi Ankit. Actually,
Surendra.
what is the resource group and resources? What are they actually?
A virtual machine, a disk, a IP address, virtual network, these all things are called as resources. Even a database is also called as resource.
What is resource group?
Resource group is like a folder, it's like a container. Under our container, we are putting our all resources.
Our configurations.
Container, not configuration. It's like a container, like a folder. Under our folder, we are putting our all type of resources. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just like this is my resource group, Surendra. Okay. Under my resource group, I can put virtual machine, I can put virtual network, I can put my database, I can put IP addresses, I can put my disk. Anything, whatever the type of resource we are creating it, we'll put under our resource group.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So everything it at a single place. Clear?
Yeah. Clear. Understood. Thank you.
Yes, Anand, you can. Anand, you can unmute yourself. Amol, you can unmute.
Hi, Ankit. Am I audible?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
I have a question. We created a VM, and when the VM is powered on, can we change the processor and memory when the VM is
No, not
on?
possible.
We have to power it off, right?
Correct. We'll see in our upcoming session when we'll come to the top.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Ankit.
Yeah. Yes, Srini, you can unmute.
Hi, Ankit, this is Srini here.
Yes, Srini.
Yeah, in class plus, that is URL is there, right? In that URL, I cannot able to see the PPTs.
You are able to see PDFs are there, not PPT. PDFs will be
Yeah,
there.
PDF. Yes, yes.
Let me show. So when you log into even mobile application or even to our web portal,
I'm not logging the mobile application. I'm logging the desktop.
you are logged into web portal.
Yeah.
So if you go to store, you are paying for 91 batch.
Yes.
Go to that 91 batch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you have option of content.
Yes.
Under content, you have a folder called notes.
Right.
Under notes folder, here are the PDFs.
Open that one. Locked already.
See here, get open.
Okay. For my case, actually, I'm not able to open that file.
What was that error message you are getting?
I think something opened in the some other,
Oh, so you can do one thing, update your browser, because for this one we need to have user latest version, and as per the Chrome, this is the latest version we are having. So might be your browser is not with the latest version. Update your browser and then you can. If you still face any problem,
Ankit, I'm using the same version 103.
you can try it once, or you can try with another browser also. If you still facing any problem, drop an email to support.
Okay.
Okay, they'll guide and they'll help you.
Yes. Are you going to able to share this PPT also, right?
This is I'm going to upload after the session. I'll upload it.
Okay. Okay.
We'll upload it. And guys, one more thing. In the below, if you see here, we have an option of announcements. We have an option of announcements. If you go to announcements in our upcoming session, when I'm going to change the link, because from Monday session, we are going to change the link, and here we'll share a new link. It's a new announcement will get created, and there you'll get a new link. Whatever my team will create, they will create a new link. So right now you are able to see just one announcement which they have created. Like the same way, you guys will see one more announcement. And here we are not going to share the link on emails. Those students are going to pay for 91 batch. For them, you guys have to see this announcement option. Those are from another shifting the batch. For you guys don't worry. For them, we'll email you. Okay, Srini. So you guys please check this announcement option. Whenever we are informing you in the group that we are going to share a new link, here we are going to share the link. Yes, Asif, you can.
Ankit, suppose if we create 10 VMs in that resource group, does it get created separate folders for the VMs?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Yeah, suppose if we create 10 virtual machines in that resource group, is there a separate folder created for that particular VM?
No, in the same one we can do that.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nothing.
Yes, Muzaffar, you can.
Yes, good evening, Ankit.
Good evening,
what is the difference between virtual machine and database? Both are creating under resource group.
Yes, we are creating under a resource group, but the virtual machine is different thing. Database is different thing. Database is like where we are storing our data regular, like our customer data we are storing. Let's take example.
VM is also called. Okay.
Let me just. I'm having a Amazon.in. I have an account. Okay.
Yes,
right now, this virtual machine, the email website which you are able to see, we are able to see the images, we are able to see the application. This is based on the website. So this website is on virtual machine. Okay, but whenever I want to log in it, I go to sign in option and I need to give my login details for this one. So whenever I want to give the login details, from where it is going to pick the login detail, it is going to pick the login details from database, not from the virtual machine. So it is actually, this website is linked with the databases. And even whenever I'm going to purchase anything, where the purchase option is going to share in their databases. So from actually why they require databases, the major reason of databases, so in the end, they can generate reports.
Yes.
Okay, that is why databases are getting required.
Yes.
So to log in anything, to like whatever you are going to, like you all our students, we have our student details. So it is here we are storing in our database, we are storing our student details.
Okay.
Okay, so that is why we require databases. For virtual machines are required to create our websites or other things, whichever we want to.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing. That's it.
Yes, Dipti, you can unmute.
Hey, sorry, Ankit, that's my wife's ID.
Okay, no, what's your name?
My name is Mahesh. Sorry, I logged in through my.
Yeah, no,
she registered
Mahesh.
my name. Yeah, sorry for that.
Yes, Mahesh, you can ask your question.
I have a question on the cost actually. So, like when we shut down the virtual machine, do we get billed for it?
For shutting down or deletion?
No, just stopping it.
For stopping, we can get some bill because we are using such storage there.
Okay, so yeah, my next question was based on the storage itself. So what I know is when we create a new storage, we get billed for the storage, right? But when we create this new virtual machine, we already get a storage of say 126 GB that you show.
127 GB, yes, we are getting.
Yeah. So there's the cost of the storage also that is associated with this, or is it separate? Like
it is including under that one.
Okay.
Including under that. And in our upcoming session, Mahesh, we are going to learn about an option called calculator. So whatever the calculations we want to see, we can see there. Okay, I'm going to share the calculator options. We'll learn it in our upcoming session. So in real time, we'll calculate all the things based on that one options, whatever is from their side.
Okay. And just one more thing. One more thing. Yes. That when you created the virtual machine, you gave the username and password, right? So I believe that's the admin username and password.
Correct.
So when you want to create multiple users to that machines, how do we do that? Like
that is actually work of Windows administrator. I don't know about how we can create in Windows machine. I know how we can create in Linux machine, because in real time, majorly we are using Linux machines. So here I have already showing you how we can create for Linux machine. Here we are learning VM users.
Okay.
Because in real time, whenever our developers want to work on those machines, let's say a developer want to create a website or any type of application, they want their own access, so we'll create their own users. Okay, but after that, Linux admins, those people know Linux, or those in our companies we have Linux administrators also, we have it. They'll provide the permissions to them. Okay, based on their permissions, they can work on those machines. Okay, so we'll learn it how we can create Linux users.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Asif.
Ankit, can we create bundles like specific
bundle in the sense?
Bundles means specific CPU storage so that we can deploy it at a time.
No, we can't use our own CPU and RAM sizes. We always need to use CPU RAM size as per the Azure wise. So whatever the CPU RAM they are giving the sizes, we always need to follow that.
I mean to say, Ankit, like creating bundles for easy deployment when we try to create virtual
You're
machines.
talking about image.
Yeah, image.
Yes, we learn it. We have I've already told you in the starting when we are learning it, we'll create our own image also, and we have a types of images also. Specialized image, generalized image. So we'll learn both the types.
Okay.
They're a little bit different. Are there not much difference? We have it in both the types of image, just a little bit difference. Whatever the difference, we'll also see that practically.
Okay.
Yes, Guru Raj, you can unmute.
Hey Ankit, yeah, I was about to ask you types of different virtual machines, and I don't know what you call. So in AWS we call the tier 1 tier types, and so these are there are a lot of
T1, T2 micro.
So I was afraid
T2
of
medium, T2 micro.
correct, and I know not only that there are a lot of with the higher
Same
the
way
price.
same way in Azure also we have the same thing.
So we are going to learn right in upcoming days how to.
We have seen it just now today in today's session. B1S we are using it right for training purposes. There we are using T2 micro because for T2 micro like here for you are using B1S type. 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM we are getting.
No, I was
like in AWS. Like in AWS we are getting T2 micro. Here we have B1S.
Okay.
So this is the one we use it for our one because it is coming under free quota. So you guys also use the same one, so you're not getting any bill.
Okay. No, this billing is also a part of interview questions, right? Like they might ask, different way, different
For
questions.
that one, we'll use calculators in real time. That's why I earlier also told to Mahesh, we'll learn about calculator.
Yes, I have.
Because calculation is not possible. We don't remember about the billing, how much billing we are getting. It's not possible even in real time also. So that is why we need to know calculator, how to use calculator. Based on that, we can calculate. And that is why cloud platforms are providing calculator. Because how you know that how much they are going to charge for this thing or this not possible to remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Yes, Kalifat, you can.
Good morning. Yeah, I was having. Yeah, good morning. Thank you for all you do. I tried to create the virtual machine, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's giving me this error for the size. It's not allowing selection for the B1. It's saying
you are using it which region?
US East.
Okay, I tell you one thing. Yes, still might be that issue is not yet resolved. For your practice purpose, guys, you can use Japan East region. Right now, you guys use it because from last 1 month, there is some upgradation is going on. So those are coming under first 30 days. They are not able to use any other region. I don't know why we are not able, you guys are not able to use. So use Japan East region for your practice purpose.
Oh, okay, thank you very kindly.
So might be it still that upgradation is going on. We have already sent an email to Azure also. We are getting a reply also. There's some upgradation is going on. So once those people are coming under first 30 days, they are still facing that issue. Okay. Even in the last batch, which I was taking, they also face the same issue. So then we have dropped an email, then we are getting information so they can use Japan East region. So in that one, you guys will not face any problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so you will use that one. Don't worry, your work will properly. Okay, so with this, I'm ending this session. In the today's session, we have just learned one thing that we are going to create a Windows virtual machine. In tomorrow's session, we learn about the Linux virtual machine. Like earlier, I've told for Windows 1, we have just only one option of password. But for Linux 1, we have two options. One is SSH key, other is password. So both the one we learn it in our tomorrow session, and then we learn about how we can transfer our local files to our virtual machines also. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.